So Eric Paslay has a brand new album out, which we're super excited for. It has 12 songs on it, and one of those songs is actually a cover that you'll probably recognize. Here's Jennifer Vickery, who caught up with Eric via Zoom to find out more.
Eric, it is so good to see you today, and we get to celebrate Nice Guy. And you know what we're going to start with? The album cover. Okay, how creative is that? You think you're going to see, this nice, innocent guy on the cover, and there's your mugshot.
I figure, it's why not put me in jail for being a nice guy? It's a good image.
Yeah, and it definitely kind of goes with the song there, so that's really fun.
Don't pay to be a nice guy and a bad guy.
As an artist, I've always written songs and I've always sung them. So to me, what I do has always been the same thing, and I'm always grateful when friends of mine record songs I've written. But it feels good finally to put out an album that I own and I have all creative power over, and it's great and it's terrifying.
You wrote all the tracks on there. You were a co-writer on it looks like all of them, right?
All but one. I actually recorded a Mike Posner song called Took a Pill and a Visa.
You don't wanna be high like me, never really knowing why like me. You don't ever wanna step off that roller coaster and be all alone.
The rule on this album was record a song I didn't write. I think that version, it just came out really great and loved it. That was definitely a magic moment in the studio. We recorded, that was one take. And I'm glad that Reed had the record button on when we started figuring out that song, because when you hear the guitar come in, it goes and the reason because we never really started the song, we were just kind of noodling and playing, and I started singing, and there you go.
Kind of curious to know your perspective on this album versus, for example, the self-titled Eric Paslay album. And you got married, had a daughter, fatherhood, husband, all of that. That had to impact the writing a little bit.
Absolutely. There's songs on this album that are 8 years old, and some songs that are just 6 months old from when we recorded the album, and they're all special to me. There's a whole lot of songs that have been waiting to come out, and it's finally coming out. I keep joking this is almost like a greatest hits, because it's about 3 albums that have morphed together over time.
2020 has been so crazy, particularly if you live here in Nashville, because more than the COVID and the pandemic going on, you were one of the people who also was part of the tornado that came through.
Thank goodness my wife has an app, and that alarm went off before the actual tornado sirens went off. So we were up, grabbed little Piper. She was about, just right before a 1.5 years old, and we renovated this house, and we actually put a storm shelter in it. So we've got a closet that we went into. But when it hit, I remember running into the closet, pulling the door shut and locking it, have one of those twister moments of like, I hope I'm not the dad that gets sucked out of here, But it was a very real moment. I remember just looking at him and said, I love y'all. And then just felt this, like the pressure change was just extreme. And all of our trees are down. We were talking about, before this call, talking about making sure you don't throw away good things. We actually had a black walnut tree come down in our backyard. So my shoulders are a little tired because I actually milled all of that wood into lumber. So one of these days I'll build some nice piece of furniture out of the tree that fell down in our backyard.
I love it. Well, it's so great to catch up with you, and I'm glad your family's healthy. And
thanks so much.
We appreciate it. Thanks so much. Bye.
Thanks so much for watching this week's Nashville Insider feature. If you liked what you saw, be an insider and hit the subscribe button. And also check out our friends Wilson Fairchild on their YouTube channel. And if you want to see full episodes of Nashville Insider, go to countryroadtv.com and use the code INSIDER when you sign up to get a free month. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next week.